Hey y'all, this is David. This is going to be number 2 video in what will be probably quite a few. I've got one other one out. Unfortunately, I don't know how to link you to it, but it's here on my page. And it's some pretty good information if you're a first-time RV buyer or maybe you've owned one and you're looking to move up something bigger. So there's some good information there if y'all want to check that out. But this one is basically going to be two things. One is I told y'all I'd let you know when I found something that interests me. I've done that, and I am going to go look at one on Saturday morning. Now I know I told y'all that I'd been bouncing back and forth between an A class and C class, or Class A and Class C, and well, I found something that it's got a lot of good things about it, and it happens to be an A class RV. It is a 1998 Tiffin Allegro 25. Um, Again, there's some upsides, some downsides. I'm gonna go over those real quick with y'all. First and foremost, it's in my budget. In fact, it's well within my budget. We'll leave it at that. I still want to buy it right. I need to buy it right to feel like I've got a good deal because as far as the things that I really do like about it, and it does have some very good things. There's one big thing that I don't like about it, and I'll get to that in just a minute. So I feel like I need to buy it right. So the first thing, like I said, it's in my budget. The second thing, which is really a must for me, is that it's on a Chevrolet chassis. I talked a little bit about that in my last video. Um, how it's funny. I did mention in my last video how about 90-95% of all the Class C RVs are on Ford chassis. Well, the funny thing about that, it looks like the majority, I don't know that it's 95%, but it looks like the majority of the Class A's are on the GM, the Chevrolet chassis. So anyway, again, I don't have anything against Ford. I actually like Fords. I had a Ford truck for a while. I think they make good trucks, but I work for GM, or General Motors retailer, and I know I'm kind of repeating myself a little bit, but I have access to a lot of things that I wouldn't have access, to had I bought something, or if I buy something that it's kind of Ford chassis. So and that means parts for about just about cost, a lower cost. Again, special tools when I have to do repairs and maintenance. I have again, GM trained, so I can do repairs and maintenance as well. So there's just a lot of benefits for me to have something on the Chevy chassis, and I like them too. I'm not one of those guys that say Ford's better than Chevrolet, Chevrolet's better than Ford. I think they're both good, but again, I just happen to have a lot more things available to me on the Chevy side. So that's a big plus. Second big plus, or at least I think it is, maybe someone will comment and let me know otherwise, but this is not an aluminum body on it. It's one of those fiberglass ones, which I think, and again, I could be wrong. I'm kind of new at this, still doing research, but um, they don't leak as much from what I can tell, because they're not seamed together as much. They're big panels, and I just happen to think that that they're a little bit better made. Now again, I may be wrong, and if someone has information that uh, is different than that, and please share that with me. Um, Another that's kind of good and bad. I guess it depends on which way you look at it. But it's 25 feet long, so that's good in the sense that that is within the legal limits of what I can have here at the house in my driveway. The bad side is I really like to have a 26 or 27. I was willing to take my chances, and hopefully the city wouldn't bug me. But it's all good. I got to call that one kind of even. Another real big thing that I like about this, even though it's a 1998, it's only got 26,700 miles on it. So that's huge. I mean, once you start doing research, you see that some of these things just they have very low mileage on them. People don't drive them every day like you do with your car, but some people, especially retired people, will drive these things, back and forth, across the country. So some of them do have quite a lot of miles on them, but this one's only got 26,700. That's pretty huge to me. I just don't think it's wore out. And when I go look at it on Saturday, I'll do a live video. I'll bring my camera that records with me, and take some video of that. Another thing that I think is really huge too is it's got a 7,000 kilowatt generator on it. Most of the ones I see is 3 or 4 thousand. So that's another thing that I think is huge. I could run 2 air conditioners if I want. It only has one, but I mean you could run your air conditioner, your TV, your microwave. I mean 7,000 kW gen is that's a pretty cool deal. And then another thing that's very appealing to me is it's local. Well, what I mean by that is it's fairly local. I'm not going to Jacksonville. I'm not going to Georgia. It's within an hour and a half drive from me. So that's makes it a lot easier to look at. So, and the downside. Let's talk about the downside. The biggest thing that to me is the downside is just the interior. I hated it. I mean, I don't know. Looks like crap, and I'll end up tearing it out if I get it for the right price and buy it. But it looks like this thing was. I don't know what it was. It could have been a Bloodmobile or I don't know, something. It just doesn't look like it was originally made to be a recreational vehicle in that sense. I think it was some kind of a work vehicle, but I'll know more on Saturday when I go and take a look at it. So, that being what it is, we'll do a lot more on this on Saturday morning when I run up and take a look at it. So that's kind of that in a nutshell, and we'll see what happens. There's a couple other ones I'm looking at. That I'm interested in. I don't know that I'll look at them yet, but there's actually one up in Georgia that's exactly what I want. It is a Class C RV on a Chevy chassis. It's 26 feet. I think it's got about 36,000 miles on it, and it's beautiful. It's everything I want. The only problem is it's a little outside of my budget. I could probably scrape up, but I really don't want to do that. I don't want to take the whole budget and put it toward the purchase price. I want to have some money left over to do some things. Which on that one I wouldn't need much, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, maybe it'll be out there for a while, and I'll save up a little bit more money. We'll see how everything plays out. So. And then there is a third one that's over on the west coast here in Florida that's in my budget. It's a 27, maybe 28 foot Class A, and depending on what happens on Saturday, I possibly will run across the state on Sunday and take a look at that one. I don't know. I'm up in the air on that, but we'll cross that bridge, so to speak, when we get to it. So that's pretty much that. And what I want to do now is just a real quick commentary on a fellow YouTubers out there, and Nomadic Fanatic. Some of you may know him, some of you may subscribe to him and follow him. I do, and I personally really like this guy. I think he's a good guy. I don't believe some of the stuff that's being said about him. The guy, I think he's legit. I won't go through the whole story because personally I don't know the whole story myself. I'm just following him on his YouTube broadcast, and there's always little things that happen here and there. But in the big picture, for an overview, he lives in his RV, and him and his cat, and they travel around and post videos, and it's pretty cool. It's interesting. He's funny. I don't necessarily think he tries to be funny, but it is, and it's entertaining, and I enjoy it, and I think Eric's a good guy. So I give him prompts for doing what he's doing. Like I said, there's been some controversy, and if you want, log on to look it up. Nomadic Fanatic, and check it out, and you'll see what's going on. I think it's pretty cool. I don't have any aspirations of living full time in my RV. Um, yeah, I hope to not too distant future be able to use it quite a bit, and there may be weeks or possibly even months on end where I would be in a position to take different trips and do some cool stuff. But I have no aspirations of living in an RV full time, and I don't belittle anybody that does. I know a lot of people choose that route sometimes because they don't have another choice, and that's cool. Again, I think it'd be neat for a time, but I'd always have to really have a home base. But anyway, prompts definitely to Nomadic Fanatic. I've made some comments on his YouTube videos. I don't believe some of the negative stuff that's going around. And even if he did make a mistake, hey, what? We're all human, right? And so I think the guy's a legit guy. I think he's a good guy, and I wish him nothing but the best. So that's my 2 cents on Nomadic Fanatic. I hope you all stay tuned, see what's going on with me and my adventures and the things that lie ahead for me. So uh, stay tuned, and we'll see where it goes. Thanks, y'all. Peace.